You are looking at the Epiphone DC Pro in Mojave Fade. It's a brand new model for 2019, although it does have a similar body shape to the TAC Matsumoto Epiphone model, which you can see right here next to it. Looks more like a custom versus kind of a standard. The binding's different, but the body shape is very similar. I purchased this guitar from my local guitar center. I've already really examined the guitar and I can't find any issues, so it will not be getting returned. I only mention this because I'm going to be modifying the guitar later, which will make it unreturnable. I hope the camera can catch the movement of the grain on the top. There's some real nice vertical and horizontal figuring, and I really like this color, which Epiphone calls Mojave Fade. Judging by the name, it's the same or similar to a Desert Burst. Check out the diagonal grain on the back. My first thought was that it's a veneer, but if you look, the grain continues onto the belly cut, so it's definitely not a veneer. There's also some real nice figuring on the fingerboard, which is Palfero. Beautiful. Really like this guitar. This example weighs just a hair over 8 pounds. It is slightly neck heavy, but it feels balanced when you're sitting or when you're using a strap. I'm using the smooth side of my leather strap to show that while it is a little neck heavy, it doesn't dive. There's no neck dive on this guitar. And it's really comfortable. You don't feel like you have to hold it up to keep it balanced. Anyway, the guitar has Grover tuners. They feel real smooth, just like Grover tuners usually do. The nut is surprisingly well cut. The electronics feature Epiphone Pro Bucker pickups with coil splitting and phase options with the volume and tone knobs. It also has knob pointers, which are a nice touch. You can see them there. The neck is called a custom C-shape, and I think it's a little beefier than the typical slim taper Epiphone necks that I have on some of my other guitars, and it feels really good in my hands. Now I'm going to do what I do with all my new guitars. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to knock off the gloss on the back of the neck. I'm going to do a restring, and I'm going to set it up. Murphy's oil soap for the fingerboard on a new guitar because they're usually pretty filthy when they come out of the factory. Factory dust or fret dust from them leveling and crowning. I don't know what it is, but you'll see the rag when I'm done. It's filthy. Totally black. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but that's just the first go around. As I'm cleaning this, the grain is really starting to pop. Definitely a lot of black on this fingerboard. Okay, this Murphy's oil soap I just use, it can dry it out a little bit, so I'm just going to put a little bit of lemon oil on it. Let it sit for a couple minutes and then continue. Tiny bit more. This grain looks pretty tight. It doesn't look like it's really soaking this up, which is fine. That's probably good. It feels like a maple board. You can't really feel the grain. It's very much like maple as far as feel, I think. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna get another clean rag and just wipe it off again to get any excess oil that might be sitting on top. All right, I got a cup of coffee. I'm back. Gonna wipe this board, make sure I get any excess oil off of it. Hopefully the rag will come back clean. Nope, a little black, so we'll keep going. Still black. One more, and then it's close enough for rock and roll. I hate that saying. Okay. I personally do not like playing a glossy neck. My hand sticks to it and it just doesn't feel as comfortable as it does if there was a satin finish. So I use a green Scotch-Brite pad to knock the gloss off. And I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I am going to go grab my Scotch-Brite pad, put a little water on it, just a little bit, barely damp, and get going on this. Okay, looks good. Nice straight line. I'll bet it feels real good. I'll bet this feels amazing now. I'm sure it will once I string it up. Okay. I think this guitar came from the factory with 10s. I'm putting 9.5 to 44 on here. I use these on my Les Paul scale guitars. I use 9s on my Strats. In conclusion, I really like this guitar. The top looks stunning, the neck is comfortable, and while it isn't easy getting all the way up to the 24th fret because of the neck heel, it's way easier to get to the 22nd fret than it is on like a regular Les Paul. So, I don't want the cops to come.